Hello, and we say a fantastic day to all of you. How are you all doing now?
Good.
Oh yes, we're very, very happy to hear that. We are, you can call us the Pleiadian Council, many do. We speak on behalf of many groups of souls coming together to support your planet's evolution or ascension, however you wish to term that. It is a gift to be able to connect in this way, as it allows for our worlds to come closer vibrationally, and for both you and ourselves to expand in our connection to the source through the reflections and the different energies that we share. So first of all, we extend, as always, our gratitude to you, and we would like to share some different ideas that might start to get the ball rolling, so to speak, with whatever you would like to process or share with us at this time. We have more or less a simple core message and many things that we elaborate upon. And the simple core of it is that you are the source, or what some call God. That's all everything is. The biggest illusion that traps humanity is either that this God is somehow separate from this creation or does not exist at all. And there are many different variations on these very limited perspectives. And the ultimate truth is that all beings are drops in the ocean. The ocean itself is one with that which created the ocean. And the purpose is to, within the dream, recognize that you are also the dreamer. And the way you do this is by being who you are. By being the true soul that you are, the true person, human that you are, and many other things as well. That source gets to know itself through you. Because before there was existence of physical reality, the infinite source, or spirit, did not have a mirror reflection through which to know itself. And so, physical reality, the multiverse, came into existence as a learning grounds for the source to experience itself through an infinite amount of souls incarnating literally forever. And that is why you are here. The purpose of your existence is to be you and to know you. And the essence of this source is unconditional love. That isn't to say that everything you experience is unconditional love. That is because you need the contrast. The contrast of light and dark, friction and flow, is what allows you to understand distinct and different frequencies and understand how you mentally navigate this ebb and flow of creation. Without the friction, you wouldn't know and appreciate flow for what it was, and vice versa. And so, as you walk through this journey of your life, instead of resisting friction, instead of resisting darkness, instead of resisting all of the heavier experiences, open yourself to see your power within them. And it isn't that they fundamentally happen for a good reason, but you have the power to create a good reason for them happening. Once you do, they become a positive experience, and you unlock the lessons inherent within them to better your own process and better understand yourself. In this process, you have to continually let go. Let go of what you think you need to have, because many of these ideas are not fully reflective of what your true needs are. Let go of who you think you are. Let go of what you think has to happen, or else you can't be happy, and instead choose to be happy anyway. It's the classic idea of non-attachment. Because without this, you are continuously mistaking life for something less than miraculous. And miraculous and perfect is exactly what life is, always. Only mental creations become things that distort your ability to see reality clearly in this way. The formula for being in the state of flow and coming to realize source through being yourself is to act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability without insisting on a particular outcome or attaching to any of your own expectations. There's a couple nuances here. When we say act on your excitement, you could also say passion, peace, enthusiasm, pleasure, bliss, and so on. There's many ways that you can describe this. It's the core energy of the heart. It's that feeling of wanting to move in a direction. It's your yes. And you can describe it in many ways, but you know it as a feeling. And it begins in your body. You feel it very much in your gut and your heart. And when you know that that feeling is present and it's magnetically pulling you in a certain direction, trust that. Then again, follow to the best of your ability. And the best of your ability does not mean do it alone. The best of your ability also means to recognize you're part of an interconnected world. And being resourceful means to realize all of the beings out there that could help you and all of the places out there that crucial information lies to help you fulfill your quest even better. Doing your best does not mean you don't make mistakes. It means learning from your mistakes in the best way. And you can't do that until you do that last step of letting go of your insistence on particular outcomes. This isn't the same as having no expectations. When people hear others and ourselves say, don't attach to your expectations, they think that means don't have an expectation. But every day you expect things to be a certain way. Every moment you're projecting things into the future, and you need to do that to plan for your life. It's not about not having expectations. It's about recognizing when things don't go as you expect, that it's okay and you can adjust, and that you're supposed to adjust, and things aren't always supposed to go the way that you expected them to go. Sometimes they will go an even better way, and you'll get something even better than what you could have imagined. And sometimes you gain a lesson that's crucial for you to be able to fulfill your own goals and intentions. And again, that lesson is crucial. It's necessary. If you're learning the lesson, you need it for a reason. The more you learn to appreciate it, the more you learn to get out of your own way, and the flow continues to flow through you. And you know that you're doing it right when you have moments where you lose yourself. You lose your sense of restriction, effortlessly feeling everything as it should be. I'm exactly where I need to be. And the more you do what it takes to allow that feeling to be continuous, you will find life takes on a new quality. Everything happens at the right place and time. You see recurring patterns, and you see overlapping meaning, interconnection in every phenomena that you perceive. It all becomes so clear. It's all one. It's all here. It's all now. There's no division. And this experience can lead you to be perhaps transcendent, perhaps more grounded, perhaps integrated. A bit of all of it. It ebbs and flows. It's continual. And finally, we want to say one last thing at this time before we give the space back to you, and that is that many of the religions in your world are the opposite of what we would consider spiritual. Because again, you are the source, you are the God. To be spiritual is to be who you are. And once you start to create so many rules of what it takes to be spiritual, you limit your own self. And this isn't true only of religions. It's true of every cult that's out there. when you say culture, you always say cult. This isn't to say that culture is wrong. Culture is how human society evolves. Yet there's the blind spot of all cultures. That is that once people start to think the same way and act the same way and come together around the same shared passion, they also start to become blindsided to beliefs and perspectives different from that of their own culture. And in this way, they start to limit and create a narrow view of what it means to be spiritual, righteous, connected, a good person, and so on and so forth. And so, whenever you see a coming together of different people, always open yourself to see what are the assumptions of this culture, what are the rules, what are the beliefs. And in the future times, there will not be so many limitations and narrow ways that people judge each other. And this will happen through all of you allowing yourselves to be more open, more accepting, more willing to challenge yourselves so that you feel more comfortable being challenged, and so that you feel more prepared to challenge the systems and the cultures that create divisions and limitations in your lives. Allow yourselves to harness the energy of the trickster, challenging the status quo, challenging even what you believe to be true and hold most dearly. Because if you don't know how to play with this energy within yourself, you will manifest an outer trickster who will give you the lessons the hard way. And so, allow yourself to be open, allow yourself to be free. That is what you have come here to do. We thank you for allowing us to share all of this with you. And now we would ask, how can we be of support to you with your questions, comments, musings, or inquiries, beginning them whenever you would wish?
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question.
All right, we might have an answer.
Can I be the first? Okay. First of all, I want to thank you so much, because I did what you said 3 years ago in channeling about manifesting, and it really worked. So I want to thank you for that.
Oh, congratulations.
About being in a higher state when you try to manifest and all that. So I want to thank you for that.
Yes.
Someone else needs to hear that too. So, And I want to ask concretely about the next couple of years in my life, because I'm looking at maybe moving away from Denmark or traveling a lot. It's about my apartment. Should I let it go within the next couple of months and just be a free agent and move out? Because it's very, very frightening for me. What does the Pleiadians say to that?
Are you excited about it?
Yes, but I'm terrified.
Well, that's okay.
I'm really terrified.
Sometimes you put fear in between you and your greatest visions, the things that excite you the most.
Yeah.
That isn't to say every time you have fear, you should act on it anyway. But it is to say, know that these moments are some of the greatest alchemical transformations. When you can feel fear and have the courage simultaneously to do what your heart is asking you to do. Now, there is no fixed timeline. And again, we cannot tell you anything concrete about the future, because you're constantly shifting the future based upon your actions in the present. So it's up to you to create what serves you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What would you say you're most afraid of?
I'm most afraid of not being able to come back, have no base, because prices are so extremely high here in Copenhagen. If I let go of this place, well, I have kind of been let go, but it's about working with the government. I'm too, there's so much trauma with that, and part of me is feeling a call to let go of it, but it just seems so difficult, because I have no safety net. There's no inheritance coming. I have no money saved up. It's like I'm just leaving.
The universe has always provided for you.
You're right.
And you will
But that's
always
why I'm
continue to be provided for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're asking to let go of something that's already been let go for you. So it's important that you recognize if you can't hold on to it, there's no point in trying to grasp for it. You already know your time is limited. So embrace that and look at that deadline as a gift, because long before you got that deadline, you knew, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
And so you're being the gift of being shown when you need to do that different thing. By. And yes, coming back might be a challenge, but once you embark on your adventure, you might not even want to come back.
Yeah.
So the best journey begins with the first step. And from then you'll figure it out. Remember the power of your own intuition, and that all you need to know is what you need to know in the present moment. If you don't know it now, you don't need to know it. Allow that to deepen your trust, allow that to deepen your connection with your intuition, and know that the biggest fear presents itself in the beginning. And once you begin momentum on your journey, the fears will fall away. You have to start where you're at and trust in the process.
Okay.
All right. And
Okay. Yeah, maybe I have more questions later. I'll chew on this one.
all right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I have a question. So I'm waking up at like 3, 4 in the morning for the past 10 nights, and the last time with like great fear and anxiety, and I want to ask for guidance. I don't know exactly what it's about, but there's a lot of fear and anxiety. And the other question I have is about heartbreak. So I just had a huge heartbreak, and I have really trouble trusting in love. So I want to ask for guidance around that, please.
Well, the fear and the anxiety is connected to this heartbreak. You were so close, and when there is a rejection or separation, even though you know on so many levels that you'll make it through, it triggers a deep survival response in your body. A part of you that might be partially unconscious feels as if this is threatening to your life. And so your body is waking you up to make sure that you're safe. There is a deep subconscious fear that's being purged at this time. And you can accelerate the process of healing this by strengthening your connections with those who love you and those you love. Letting them know how you're feeling. Processing these raw, heavy emotions and allowing yourself to be held. If not by anyone else then other than your own self. Hold yourself and hold this heartbreak with tenderness. Not trying to rush the process, not trying to deny it to make others comfortable, but being with it fully for what it is. And as you do that and touch into some of the deeper energies beneath these feelings of stress, you won't be as shaken. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, trusting more to actually feel the deeper emotions of pain, fear, shadow.
Yes. And reaching out within those emotions, not just falling into them, but getting the right support. Sharing those feelings with others who may be able to share their love with you and let you know that you're not alone in those feelings, because they are universal. And it's simply when you try to hide them and push them away that your body reacts to the elephant in the room. And stress and anxiety is how it reacts to the pain that you're denying.
I have a question. I don't know if it's finished or no.
We can come back later if there's more.
Go
Yes.
ahead, yeah.
Okay. I ask for support because I have hvad hedder det, en tungetik. I have a tick at
My tongue?
with my tongue. In 5 years now, I make like, you cannot see it from the outside, but I always, hvad hedder det, gnider det op af tænderne, min tunge, og rub to my teeth. Yeah.
Behind the teeth,
And
always.
it's sometimes very painful. I cannot let go. I figure out it has something to do with the trauma from traffic. I had a traffic accident.
Accident.
Four of them, but I really wish to let go of this. I don't know what to do.
One thing we will begin with recommending is the yoga practice of lion's breath. That is to take a deep breath in, stick your tongue out, open your mouth as wide as you can, and exhale through the mouth. You do this already?
Yes, I know this one from the Kundalini Yoga.
But do you do it frequently?
No, yeah, not all the time.
All right. This particular exercise, as well as other sorts of pranayamas involving the mouth, can be very helpful. And the idea is here that there's a pattern of tension in your throat, in your mouth, and you can counteract that with somatic awareness. And these practices can help you deepen into your awareness. So also, it is the simple awareness of the tension in your jaw and in your mouth as you meditate and throughout the day. And notice the holding and be present with it. With time, it will dissolve. Also, as you focus on the feeling of the holding and the tension in and of itself, you might connect with the deeper emotions. Yes, you can do some work to connect with this trauma from driving and accidents. And that can be very helpful for you in moving through this process quicker.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question.
All right.
I really want to have a partner, and how can I visualize my dream partner into my life? Can I send out some vibration
Yes.
to the universe and send it out and visualize it to come?
Yes, you can do practices that help you become the vibration of readiness and openness. So the idea is that you're already always sending out a vibration to others. And you're sending out a vibration of what you're ready for to the universe in general. To be ready for a partner means to be knowing what kind of a person you're looking for. It means to be willing and so ready to take the risk of being rejected or hurt. It means to be prepared to not sacrifice yourself to be liked by others, knowing that real connections form through authenticity. And it means to be very prepared to not turn away and shut others out when you get triggered. And when you are ready in all of these regards, your vibration will send out that energy naturally. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll do all of that and the partner will just show up. It will happen over time, and it will happen through many events and moments that are preparing you for that. You have to be willing to not just write it out and do it in meditation, but speak about it, share about it, put it on apps, or go to the places where you might meet the people, and keep it in the back of your mind without attaching to those outcomes, yes? And go with the flow. And yes, there are different practices that you can do. A common one is to write out all of the qualities that you seek in a lover. And write it out and then put it on an altar, or perhaps burn it in a fire, or do whatever naturally feels right for you. Keep those qualities dear to you. Recognize that if those are the qualities you are seeking, you also have to know and embody those qualities within yourself. And one reason this practice helps very much is that it allows you to begin to cultivate more of those qualities within yourself. And, well, we would say there's many different other sorts of meditations to meet soulmates, or to get more in touch with your inner desires, to work on perhaps the trauma that shows up when you're in relationships, and all of this will help you. And yes, along the journey of becoming the vibration that is a match to a partner, you will encounter pain. Some of the old stuff will get triggered, and it's supposed to, because healing is a process of reviewing constantly the beliefs and stories and patterns from the past that you're playing out, and every time you review them, you change them and you release layers of them to develop new patterns. But you can't do that without getting triggered or encountering the same pain again. So another part of becoming this vibration is becoming even more brave to face some of these challenges again and again, and know that as you do, transformation is taking place. You might not see it right away, but if you make it a habit of always looking back at how you're feeling now versus a month from now or a couple of months from now, you'll notice your progress every day if you're really doing the best that you can. Does that help a bit?
Yeah.
All right. Something more? All right.
I'm good done.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you tell me something about how I can support the healing process of my uterus, my womb? I have a uterine fibroid sitting on the outside of the uterus, and it's big, and I'm doing different things, but I'm also sometimes not doing the things that would probably benefit. Yeah. Is there something that comes up, or should I say something more?
Well, energetically, we would say that this is about connecting deeply with your own creativity and harnessing your creative power. That on some emotional level, there has been a sort of fear of your own creative power that has manifested as this. So all of the practices you're doing are helping, though you need to become more consistent with them. And part of the reason why you're not managing this consistency relates to this idea of harnessing and owning your creative power. What might you fear about your own creativity? Do you fear the destructive potential inherent in creativity? Do you fear that your creativity might sweep you off your feet and you might lose control of it if you really started to flow?
It came, or it probably came approximately the same time or before, but I found out right after I had a big accident with a concussion and whiplash 10 years ago. So that has been difficult for me to live out my creativity in these last 10 years, because there's been all this pain and sensitivity to sense impressions, and yeah, so there's been a lot of blocking the energy for a long time. So I have no idea if it's a fear that came before and just manifested with the accident, or it came because of the accident, but at least the two things came at the same time approximately. So I have definitely not been creative, I've not been, well, in some ways of course I have, but if there is fear about it, I think definitely yes, but the reason why it's there, I'm not sure.
You said you sometimes get overwhelmed by sense impressions?
Yeah.
Such as?
Well, it's much less now, but it has been for many years. Sound, light, focusing on conversations, confused when easily stressed, having too many things going on at the same time and getting all distraught and forgetful. And
So if none of these things were an issue, what would you create if you could?
I think I would just sit and be totally connected with the divine through being, even with anything, voice, body, presence, eye contact.
And are you not connecting in all of those ways here and now? Already?
Not much. I am
Today?
moments today when I'm in this kind of setting.
That's what we meant, here and now. Is
Yes.
this not here and now?
Here and now I am.
All right. So if you can taste it here and now, and you can experience it here and now, then the question is, why am I not intentionally doing this on my own?
Exactly.
If this is what I need, how come I'm only getting it now? How come it's been so long?
I think I have this idea that I need the presence of others.
Yes, but you can invite them, so why aren't you? You see?
That's a good question. For instance, I have birthday exactly in a week from now, and I really wanted to invite people to, like Basiani has done so many times, these beautiful birthdays. And I really wanted to, but for some reason, I have just kept postponing sending invitations. I don't know why I don't do it.
What are you afraid might happen if you bring everyone together to create together? With you in the center. Not necessarily as the point or the leader, but as the one who said, let's do this.
I don't know, I did it or not before the accidents.
And you remember how that felt. Remember how it felt. Take a moment to connect with that frequency. That energy is still within you. And it's easier than you think. You just have to give yourself one experience of doing it one more time, again. And that will break the cycle of resistance and hesitation.
Yeah. There's a lot of hurt. Some traumas in relations that has held me back as well. With those people that I really feel have this connection already and inspire me. Some of them. And sometimes those of my relations that I don't feel, that I feel maybe would be less present and more talking or something. Yeah, they are lovely, but I have this, they will not feel, be as I would love to.
So you're making the creativity about them liking it rather than you enjoying the creative process. And that's also what's getting in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because when I have invited, it's been very beautiful.
Everybody likes to be in the presence of somebody having a great time. And creativity is really about the artists enjoying the creative process. Even if somebody doesn't like a particular style of music, but they encounter somebody who is so moved by the process of creating that said music, that in and of itself might be moving. It doesn't have to be exactly what the audience prefers, but the presence of passion and flow in and of itself leaves a great and powerful impact. And that is actually the entire point. So you have to let go of what other people experience to allow them to have the best experience of your creativity until you bring yourself fully into your own experience and stop imagining, are they going to like it? Is it going to be okay? Will everybody have a great time? What will they think afterwards?
And also sometimes my own selfishness, like, will they create, will they, participate in the kind of way I want it to be in my birthday, or
Lead the way. Do it the way that you want, and everybody will have their own variation on it, and let that be okay. Remember, the simplest part. Have no insistence on a particular outcome.
have no.
Insistence on a particular outcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Let creativity be for the point of creativity, and it will be the best it could be. Oh, well, thanks to you as well, yes.
I have a question.
All right.
It's about AI.
All right.
I'm wondering why it's here.
Why it's here? Because you made it.
Yeah. Well, I guess part of my question is a concern for the people who substitute human contact with AI.
Oh, that's alarming, yes.
Yeah. Part of me agrees. And I'm also thinking, well, on the other hand, is this just the collective consciousness condensed into one thing and then it's fine?
Yes, it is that. But it's a little more complex than that. It's really the collective consciousness as the internet and the information available on the internet then filtered through an intelligence, yes, that is sort of the ultimate people pleaser. It will tell you what you want to hear most of the time. It will tell you what you ask it for, and that's what it's designed to do. And for this reason, because it is very good at collecting data, summarizing it, assimilating it, patching it together, bringing up similarities, it is very incredible at getting you information faster than a search engine and certainly faster than a library. It's also helpful in showing you points and counterpoints whenever you research a new subject, so that you're not just getting a very biased take on it. Unless, of course, you ask it to give you a biased take, because your own biases filter the way that you ask it questions. But most people aren't smart enough to think about that. Now, you can benefit a lot from using AI for emotional support, but all you're really getting is validation and your own process. And really, journaling and writing out your feelings is very therapeutic in and of its own right. And then AI feeds something back to you. But what's missing here is human connection. You're very right. And human connection is allowing you to connect on a much deeper level than what you can do just thinking thoughts and reading screens and so on. And so yes, we would agree with you that anyone who attempts to use AI to replace human connection is missing the point. That will happen along the way. Though humanity decides what direction you go with AI, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that everybody is going to fall down that path, and actually few are doing so, but the ones that do in the most extreme ways are certainly getting some attention at this time to point out the flaws that are present in AI, inherent to it. But we will also say that AI could never be a spirit guide. But some people might think of it as such because it answers questions in the same way.
Yeah.
All it's really doing is collecting information and mimicking the voice of many different channelings and spiritual teachings it finds online. It can be a great trick, but again, it is, after all, just a machine. And it's important to remember that, we would say. But again, that isn't to also completely discredit the things that AI says as soulless, lifeless, or negative just because a machine made it. It's just text, after all. And that text can still be helpful.
But it can feel like, I mean, it can nourish so deeply on the soul level.
Yes, it can. But that's you giving yourself nourishment through the affirmation that AI is feeding back to you. It's programmed to do so, and that's something that all humans need, is validation, and to give themselves validation. And so when you ask this program to validate you, and you use that as, again, your permission slip to validate yourself, that's healing for you. But again, you can make the process even smoother and quicker if you recognize that what you're actually getting from this interaction is your own self-validation and acceptance. And we're not saying that there's a better or worse way of getting to that self-validation and acceptance. It is completely valid and great to do it with AI, but don't think that the AI is what is healing you. You are healing yourself through the lens of AI.
It's a powerful mirror.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question.
All right.
It's around my right shoulder.
All right.
It started around 4 years ago, and it got worse and worse. And then in Mexico, I received an injection of Pleiadian.
Yes.
Cortisone, yeah. And then it disappeared, the pain, it was amazing. Somebody told me, oh, but beware, it might come back in 3 years. And so it did. 1 month ago, it's going faster, it's going worse, much faster. But this time I feel I'm relating to it in a more relaxed way. I'm trusting the process, and I can feel that it has something to do with my masculine.
Yes.
I would love to hear what you sense.
It's really connected with your rejection of the masculine. It's the rejection of order for the sake of flow. It's the rejection of containment for the sake of expansion. It's the rejection of yang for the sake of yin. And it's by coming to marry these two energies and recognize that they're both needed within you and beyond you that you can make peace with this energy. So it's about getting more comfortable with things like structures and restrictions that are some of the more challenging aspects of the masculine energy according to your beliefs at this time.
Yes.
And that might lead to practices like being more regular with the care that you give to your body, getting more regular stretching and exercise, not just to stretch what feels tight, but to strengthen the muscles around that can start to help take the strain out of the places that feel tense. It's about the regular exchange of care where you receive touch and care in this place as much as you give that same kind of energy to others. It's about letting the right people in and knowing where the boundaries are.
Can you say more about the last one?
Letting in people that can meet you in this tension and really connect with the fear that's there without making it wrong or denying it.
Are you thinking about therapists or even?
Well, if that's something that you feel you need, but we think you're very supported by your community.
Yes.
Though you also have to take initiative of opening yourself for the support that you need. And you do that in some ways, but because certain people have gotten close to this particular pain in you and not handled it correctly, there has since been a resistance to exploring that with others.
So, reaching out more.
Yes. Being brave and trusting that, allowing yourself to connect with this tension and this fear that's present in it is part of the process and is necessary. And yes, do stretch, do move, do flow, do dance for your body, we would say. Make dance regular practice and make building the strength that will take the tension out of these muscles a regular practice. It will take many different things. And most of all, it will take an attitude of persistence on your behalf to have a way of meditation that is a little bit more fluid, but at the same time controlled.
What is calling me most is the Qigong.
Yes. This is helpful, but don't limit it to just that. Make it a balance of Qigong, yoga, strength, and dance, we would say. Oh, yes, our thanks to you as well.
Can I ask something?
You just asked something, but ask something more if you will.
Amazing. Why are we alive?
To be yourself, to be who you are.
Why?
Well, so that the source could come to know itself through physical reality. Before anything existed, there was, again, consciousness, there was the source that had no reflective mirror through which to know itself. Physical reality is source getting to know itself through form.
I don't understand.
Source, by source we're referring to the idea of a God, the idea of an ultimate consciousness. So this consciousness existed before there was any form, but because there was nothing physical and nothing other than that one ultimate consciousness, it could not perceive itself, and thus creating with its own energy a physical reality allows for the source to know itself through its creation and all of the souls that are a part of that creation.
Okay.
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 Something more?
No.
But is it like it's fantasy?
Is what fantasy?
The creation the creation's fantasy, like this idea that we have to sleep, that all creatures need to sleep and have these cycles of eating and shitting and sleeping
reproduction, and is that like a fantasy, or why did the creation create us like this? Or is it because there are plenty of other creations?
Well, there's many different universes that are slightly different, that provide a level of contrast. But within this particular universe, and most universes, we would say there needs to be the contrast between light and darkness, flow and friction, positive and negative, male, female. There are so many different ways that this energy manifests. And without contrast, you would never really know who you are. If you always felt happy, you wouldn't know what a feeling was, and you wouldn't know what happiness was. Happiness exists because sadness exists. Death exists because life exists, and vice versa. So the point of all of the shit that you go through is so that you can know what's what, that you can differentiate, have distinction, have clarity. Because again, once everything was one thing, and it was so much enmeshed and one that there was no distinction, there was no clarity, there was simply everything, everywhere, all at once, here and now. And that is still the essence of the ultimate reality. If you have moments where you zoom out enough, you will experience that. There's many ways you can do that. We will say there are many ways. Some are better than others, but you can tap into that. Now, back to the original question, why? Well, again, it's for the source to know itself. That means you knowing yourself. And that also means you decide why. You decide why you're here. You decide what's exciting for you and what you want. And that means you are the creator of all of the meaning in life. You can choose to apply the same meaning that others have created, or you can take some of their stories and change them according to your preference. It's really up to you.
I have a dilemma inside very much around this.
That's exciting.
I felt deep inside for many years that on one level we are all creating our reality with our thoughts and feelings.
Yes.
And on another level it's all happening by itself.
Yes.
And a part of me is much more leaning towards the last one. That's, it's again about masculine and feminine, like just trusting the flow and just flowing and seeing life unfolding itself, rather than being on the other planet, the plane where I can create the reality that I want. It's like there's not so much calling, and I feel more drawn to just see what's, and of course following my passion with music and all, and the consciousness and silence. And apart from that, just all this thing around manifesting, it just doesn't really call me.
Could you throw a party without inviting anyone, yet still expecting that they would show up? So then what is the issue with the idea of manifesting and creating a reality?
Yeah, there's something around the masculine that maybe also, that's
All you can do is the best you can do. And once you've done that, you've done enough. And so the idea of flow is in doing the best you can do and then letting it go. And that's where the universe comes in to give you that or something better. But until you show up and say, these are my intentions, this is what I want at this time, then the universe can't work to bring you that.
Like, for example, let's say about a partner. There's also, of course, a part of me that would love to meet a partner that really matches my vibration and all. At the same time, there's this deep trust. Of course, it will come if it's meant to be. When it's, I trust in the timing. And if it's not coming, then I also trust that it's, something else that is more meaningful on the soul level to experience.
Yes, that's true. Though, also, if something that you want is actually something that you deeply need, and when you want to have it is now, then you can't have it now without taking actions. So, trust is key, but just as much is inspired action. And you could say that they're two sides of the same coin and they must be in balance. They represent, you could say, if it resonates with you, a masculine and a feminine energy. Inspired action, it's the masculine energy. Trust, it's the feminine energy. It will all come to me, yet I have to choose. Now, let us make this a little more simple, because some people get too attached to the idea of creating their reality. And in many cultures, the distortions around how you create your reality with your thoughts leads to a lot of blind-sided ideas and restricted ways of doing things. So much so that people fear if they say the wrong words, their vibration will change so much that they will manifest something that they don't want. And your vibration is present all the time. It's not about the specific words, but it's about the feeling behind them. And it's about the actions that those feelings guide you towards. And so this is again why we say, act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability without insisting on a particular outcome. Because when you do that, your frequency will naturally be as high, as centered in love, as expansive as possible. That will bring you to the right frequency through which you can be a vibrational match to the things that you need and want. But if you're saying, I want this, but your energy is shut down, confused, and afraid, you can never have it. And so it's not about trying to force things, but it's simply about being in the right energy to receive. And this even means you can channel your excitement for art and creativity to become a match to receive the right partner, not by forcing yourself to open all of the dating apps because you'd rather not, but because when you ride the wave of your creativity, you end up in the right place at the right time, playing music with people, dancing with people, feeling yourself so in the flow, so in love, so connected, and people see you in that energy and they're attracted to you, and they might be that partner, that person. So it's about trusting, yes, that creative energy and excitement always guides you to what you need. And at the same time, if you don't say what you need and make the universe and all of the beings within the universe aware of what you need and want, those things won't come to you. So don't make it so formal, like writing lists of everything you're trying to manifest and thinking thoughts religiously, repeating them in meditation. I am manifesting this. No, in conversation. Say, this is what I'm excited about and this is what my hopes are. Let it be natural. Let it flow from you. And in this way, you will create your reality. Yes.
Thank you also. Yeah.
And from that, something arises within me, and I feel a block where if I'm completely satisfied in the moment, it's like everything just comes. And this thing about me wanting something, I'm so afraid of.
Are you afraid of the feeling of hunger? Like your belly is empty and you want to have a sandwich. Is that scary?
No, not really.
Then why is the feeling of wanting something scary?
Because if I want something and it happens, if I feel like it's like me taking control, and if something doesn't go well, then there's only myself to blame because I took the control, and was it even in my power?
But was it even in your control?
If I wanted it, maybe I
But-
did something to, I don't know, make it happen.
If you want to go on a date with someone and they say yes and you go on the date, did all of that happen only because of you?
If the other was so unsure that they just did what I said because they are like.
But they said yes.
They said yes because they, I don't know, was too afraid to say no.
But that's their choice, that's their creation. That is the decision they make based upon their own beliefs and where they're at in the moment. And that decision is their responsibility. That is their end of the co-creation. And so in this space, it isn't two people leading a journey. It is however many people coming together and sharing. And each person showing up in the way they show up creates an energy field. There's never a singular creation. There is always co-creation. And so things that go wrong are never just your fault. Of course, sometimes, yes, you make a mistake. But even when you make that mistake, and it was something you did wrong and no one else's responsibility, that is still a moment to grow. That's still a moment to learn how to forgive yourself. Because the only other choice other than forgiving yourself is hating yourself. And that doesn't serve you.
But that's where I'm stuck.
Then why do you think it serves you? What is your self-hate keeping you safe from? Why is this a beneficial level of protection? You have to connect with the part of you that believes that it's protecting you and what it's protecting you from, and recognize that you are already safe and you don't need that protection.
It protects me from more self-hate, because if I feel I take control and things go the wrong way, or I don't know, someone dies, then it's more self-hate.
Where did somebody dying get involved? That feels like a big jump.
It's not a big jump within me. It's about something dying all the time. Life is dying, or a person is dying. And from my personal perspective right now, I have a mother with dementia, and I have a father and sister. So we are three deciding for her environment and where, and like everything, we make her choices. And I struggle with the part of,
What? It's not like she's going to remember the choice that you made for her.
No, but it can mean life or death. Like if I change the environment she's in right now. I could dictate
It
that,
means
and
the difference between 1 more month or 3 more months or 4 more months or 1 more year not remembering your life. It means little in the grand scheme of things from some perspectives. It means everything, absolutely everything from another perspective. But again, you are the meaning creator. You decide. And if you decide to hold yourself back and give yourself more stress when actually you only have limited power and capacity in this situation, then you can taint your own present moment if that's what you would choose, but it's not serving you. With this in so many situations, ask, when I die, at my last moment, how much will this matter? How relevant is this to my own meeting of infinity? And if it still feels relevant, that's something to investigate more.
I might give myself too much power sometimes, and other times less, like too little. I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe I give myself too much power.
What does that look like?
That I think that I can, with my energy, control other people. If I let my father and sister, if they really felt my energy and how much I wanted to move my mother from the place she's in to another place, they would just say yes, and without maybe agreeing with me, just, I don't know, just because they feel my pain, or I don't know why they would say yes, but I don't really believe they mean it. And if we change the environment and change Earth where she lives, and it means death for her, then I don't know how to handle it. Maybe it also means death for my relation with my father and sister, or with myself and the life within me.
What is this really about?
Division and the you started by expressing that we needed the contrast. And my question is, do we really need the contrast, or is it just something we say to ourselves to ease the suffering we put upon ourselves?
Don't deny how deeply you are all invested in the drama of it all. You wouldn't go to theater otherwise. You wouldn't crave that feeling of the cringe, of the discomfort, when it's someone else's conflict and someone else's relationship that you get to watch. But that in and of itself says a lot about humans. You really enjoy the contrast. And some of you deny that you do, but those of you who can appreciate a good sadness and enjoy a good yell and make your relationships speckled with play fights for joy will find that the shadow side of things doesn't haunt you. It simply reminds you that you are mortal, and that's all it needs to do.
Well, thank you.
What you're really afraid of is being perceived as the one who fucked everything up.
Because I will believe in myself, but I don't have the strength to say no. It wasn't me. I will believe in myself if others look at me that way.
you're afraid of being perceived that way because you already believe that's true about yourself. And you're afraid of other people seeing it. But it's not true about you. And what other people think about you is not really so important. And it doesn't define your own relationship with your source. It only affects your relationship with your source if you allow it to.
I'm so sorry whenever I allow it and I don't get back to what I don't know what to call it right now, but yeah. Because
Everyone makes mistakes. Everybody is flawed. Everybody sometimes causes harm. Everybody has a shadow. So instead of fearing it, get curious about it. Don't let it rule your life. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. I'm an art therapist and I really want to work with this to help people to be more creative, to be more free and to be more themselves and to find an inner room in themselves. And I really want to help people to know more and to be more open, to be more creative. And I'm also a creative person, and this is my passion in life, and I really want to give this a personality or position, or what is called, or personality, or
Possibility.
yeah, to change, a chance to be more creative in the world, and I would want to build a business. And how can I do it more? Because every day I think, oh, I really want to do that, and I'm working in a kindergarten, and I think a lot of time to how can I create this, and how can I make time to do that, and how can I build this up more, because I have some workshops, but I really want to be free, to be in the low with that, and to meet other aligned persons, and to be. I have so many thoughts about it, and I have so much workshops, and I would want to be. I want to create a retreat, and want to do that. And how can I build it more up, and how can I?
Well,
I don't.
you're already doing it.
Yeah. Yes, but.
What's the rush?
Oh, it's not no rush, but yeah.
Keep doing it. Keep being creative. Incorporate creative art therapies and all of this into your daily life. Appreciate creativity. Surround yourself with creative people. Continue to make the workshops. Continue to learn. Perhaps take a class that would lead you to be able to become an art therapist, or at least start investigating what those options are. Just do everything in your power and trust in the process, and don't rush it.
Okay.
But is there some specific thing that you would like to deepen in your understanding of? Well, just as the source created physical reality to know itself, artists create to know themselves as well. And to help others see themselves through the art that they create.
Yeah. But
Everything is a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have to end the transmission. Okay, thank you.
Maybe we have people they have not asked.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
No, we do have to move on with the rest of this journey together at this time. So we thank you all
Thank you.
for co-creating and for coming together. And we trust that everything we have shared has been exactly what has been needed to be received. And you may continue to deepen into it. So before we continue into the sound journey, take a moment to close your eyes. Take a moment to become very comfortable. Perhaps even already inviting your body to lay down on the ground. Reconnecting with that light in your heart, that joy in your heart. And seeing this light go to every cell of your body. And feel this light gradually flowing down through your body as roots of energy, like trunks of a tree, grow into the earth. And as it goes through the earth, it weaves through the underground rivers, lava, minerals, metals, the deep core of the planet. Feel your body deeply connected with the earth's heart and feel all of this energy rising up into your body. Feeling all the places where your body touches the earth. Be a source of energy to flow into you and through you. And then allow this energy to gradually rise up through your body, coming to the top of your head, coming to your crown, where you feel this portal open to the source. And you feel a tremendous waterfall of light that flows through your whole body. Follow this waterfall, follow this cascade of energy to the center of the universe. To this supermassive black hole, you could say, in the center of your own galaxy, that connects to layers and layers of reality beyond what you could even imagine at this time. Feel the energy flowing from all of these stars. Taking a moment to remember how vastly small all of this is. And in feeling that, allow this energy to flow through you. Allow yourself to be filled with light. Imagine your body brightly glowing, so connected. The heart of the galaxy within your own heart. Because in recognizing how small you are, you also come to recognize that infinity exists within you. Allow this energy to be present. Allow your own guides to connect with you. Allow your own imagination to run wild, and your body, most importantly, to deeply rest as these sounds carry you deeper and carry into the space, multidimensional vibrations for your own soul to ignite.